When the hit era of Thomas and Friends began, the series took a new approach by babyfying the series, making it more simple and gimmicky. Another thing added around this time were the learning segments. These were segments that aired in between episodes on TV that were interactive. A lot of people don't like these segments as they appear to treat the audience like they don't have any intelligence in their brain. It's the same criticism you get for shows like Dora the Explorer, where people don't like that the show treats the audience like they're idiots. And while some people would say, oh, but kids are idiots, maybe we shouldn't blatantly treat them like they are, or at least especially educational shows shouldn't. But who knows? Maybe Thomas does these in a better way than Dora ever could. Let's find out. Shout out to the Thomas TV Patrol learning segments and songs channel for having, all of the learning segments. It makes it very easy to make a video like this.
Here are some dots.
So this was very common on television. A dot-to-dot segments. And actually, as a kid, I found these to be really fun. But of course, I was a kid. Now I am not. So we have to look at it as a not-kid perspective. And, I guess we have to look at it with both a kid perspective and a teen/adult perspective. Or just an overall older perspective.
If we join the dots, we will see one of the engines on the Fat Controller's railway. I wonder which engine it is.
Okay, now this one, we're about to see the other ones later. Where it's like paints, where you have to guess the engine based on their paint. I feel like those are a little too on the nose, but this one does it in a bit more of like a subtle guessing
dots
way.
And find out. Here we go. Around the tender and the cab, there's the dome and a very tall funnel. Can you tell who it is yet? Around the buffers and the wheels. They're very big wheels. There's only one engine on Sodor with wheels that big.
As they're going to share here. These are, I actually do kind of like these. They're quick and easy, and they're kind of fun.
Hello, Emily.
Nothing inherently wrong with these.
The children are going to school. Bertie has brought them to the station early.
So, a lot of people say how Michelangelo started sounding bored around this time, and can't say I blame him. Have you read these scripts?
The children have to wait for Gordon. Listen, what's that? There's a train coming. It's a blue engine, so it could be Gordon.
Gee, I don't know.
But
Gordon.
Look, this engine has got a tall, thin funnel. And it's only got 4 wheels. That's not Gordon. Do you know who it is? It's Edward. The children like seeing Edward, but today he is carrying coal. The children still have to...
Let's see. I'm one of those railway series enthusiasts. Has Edward ever carried coal in the railway series?
Wait for Gordon. Listen, what's that? There's another train coming. I wonder if this one is Gordon. It's another blue engine. But look, this engine has big water tanks over its wheels. And it's...
Okay, now I guess this one isn't too bad either. It is a little stupid, but, there are multiple blue engines on Sodor.
But the number one on
your blue engines.
Side. That's not Gordon. But do you know who it is?
Not gonna lie. I do really like the POV shots. Like the maybe not POV, but up close shots that they did around this time period.
It's
makes the engines feel a bit more epic, I guess.
And he's pulling Annie and Clarabelle. The children love seeing Thomas. But Thomas doesn't stop at this station. The children still have to...
Okay, now that the hit era is a bit older, I'm seeing a lot more people praise it. Specifically the music. A lot of people like the hit era music. And I gotta say myself, I really do like Thomas's theme. It's just, it's simple and upbeat. But I feel like it does fit Thomas's character. Or at least, he did mature a bit from Season 1, and I think this theme kind of reflects it. even if he doesn't act very mature in most of the hit era.
Wait for Gordon. Listen, what's that? There's another train coming. I hope this one is Gordon. It's another blue engine. This engine has a very short funnel. It's very big and very fast. It's Gordon. The children waited patiently for Gordon. And now Gordon will get them to school on time. Well done, Gordon.
W. Gordon.
The island of Sodor is a wonderful place.
I mean, maybe it would be if there weren't crashes all the time. I mean, come on, we got an engine crashing into a station master's house, an engine crashing into a barber shop, a runaway boulder. Are you sure the island of Sodor is a wonderful place? Are you absolutely sure about that? Might want to rethink that a bit. Like a real bit.
There are lots and lots of engines.
Okay, why are these all about Gordon?
Who's that?
Like,
Puffing
what's up
along
with
the
that? It's not
track.
the only engine on Sodor.
It's Gordon. Gordon is a great grand...
No, because imagine Gordon as the main character. I feel like some wild stories would come out of that.
engine. He is blue with red stripes and has the number 4 painted on his tender. Gordon is one of the strongest engines on Sir Topham Hatt's railway. His special job is pulling the express. Strongest and best, cleanest and fastest and pulls the express.
I swear, Gordon and James are like the exact same character. They both brag about how cool they are, and they both call themselves like really splendid and amazing. Like they're literally the exact same character, I swear.
Wants all the other engines to hear.
Except Gordon has more depth, probably.
But one day, Gordon heard something that he hoped none of the other engines could hear. His
Well, actually,
engine
James brags more, but still.
was squeaking.
They're both like really proud of themselves.
Gordon didn't feel like the most important engine on Sodor anymore.
Who is Thomas?
Diesel teased him at the docks. He said Gordon would be sent to the scrapyard. Gordon believed him. Gordon had a special. He had to take children to the docks to catch their boat. Gordon found out that the slower he went, the less he squeaked.
Okay, Gordon and going slow, I don't really feel as though those 2 or 3 words belong in the same sentence, because why would Gordon care about going slow? He wants to go as fast as possible. I mean, one of his catchphrases is literally expressed coming through, which implies that he's fast.
So Gordon went slower and
It's not just
slower.
gonna change like that.
Sir Topham Hatt was on board.
Okay, now this shot here, actually, I think they use like a GoPro or something like that for this. It actually comes out a little trippy, but it comes out a little cool looking too.
He wanted to know
I
why
think
the
only Season 8 used it though.
fastest engine on the railway was going so slowly. This made Gordon very unhappy.
When you lose your only character traits.
So Gordon decided it didn't matter if he was going to be scrapped. He would make his last journey the fastest he had ever puffed. Gordon's pistons
Okay,
puffed.
I'm pretty sure the Unlucky Tug, I had to bring him up, but I'm pretty sure that the Unlucky Tug did mention him this episode as like being like Gordon's really strong moments for Gordon.
And his boiler bubbled. He squeaked, rattled, and rolled into the docks.
But I only say I hate to bring him up because people might like criticize me for like using Unlucky Tug's opinion and having Unlucky Tug's opinion as your own, because that seems to be a pretty big issue in the Thomas fandom, according to some people. Everyone just follows the Unlucky Tug and his opinions, what he has to say, which I don't really think it's as big as a problem as some people are acting like it is. It's like, opinions are opinions. And a lot of the time, for me personally, like, if I watch a YouTube review, I'll form my opinion through that. Like, I didn't have an opinion before, but a person's review of the thing makes me think about it more, and I gain that opinion from that video. So I don't think it's that bad that people form their opinions based on the unlucky tug.
But Gordon didn't mind. The children were on time for their boat.
How? Well, I mean, I guess it depends on where the boat was.
And Sir Topham Hatt didn't scrap Gordon.
Oh boy. Great job. But Sir Topham Hatt doesn't really scrap anyone except for Reginald. If you know, you know.
He sent them to the repair yard. Gordon was very happy. Gordon knew he was an important engine. And Gordon likes to feel important. One day, Sir Topham Hatt told Gordon that if he
Why is Sir Topham Hatt smiling like that? It looks kind of
pulled
creepy.
the express across the island and back again on time,
oh dear God, up close.
he would set a new record. Gordon was excited. At the coal depot, his tender was loaded with coal. Gordon was ready to wheesh away. Then the yard manager gasped.
Okay, let me just say, the Colin Thomas and Friends is one of those things that just oddly looks good. Like, yeah, obviously it's not, but like, I don't know, it's kind of edible.
Gordon had been
I don't
given
know how to explain
Henry's
it, it
coal
just
by
looks
mistake.
Tasty. If anything, honestly, the model figurines, they look kind of tasty.
Gordon-
Like, I bet those would taste pretty good.
Henry needed special coal, but he thought it would
Yeah,
make
we'd like to
him
send
go
that.
faster. So Gordon pretended not to hear. He raced away. But Henry wasn't happy at all. There was no more special coal at the depot. Gordon saw how sick Henry was.
Wait, doesn't Henry like not need special coal anymore?
Gordon
oh,
didn't
yeah, right,
feel
this is the hit era where nothing matters.
important anymore.
So that's that one legendary scene in the Brenner era, like scene 17, where they bring up Henry's special coal, and Toby is like, that was fixed years ago, and people in 2013 took that line mad seriously, is like, Sharon Miller is absolute garbage. Shame on you, Sharon Miller. Now we're doing right way. You did wrong. Like, people took
And
it
he
way too
didn't feel
seriously.
happy. He
But then again, that was when Duck came back, so it was a really exciting time to be a Thomas fan.
felt bad.
'Cause, I mean, Duck was back. I mean, what else could he want? Maybe fully fell engines, but what else could he want? I mean, all the engines, all the fans were very happy.
He cared.
Okay, I swear, this episode right here, where Gordon and Henry switched tenders, only a few years ago did I find out that this episode was real, because I spent a good chunk of my life thinking that this episode was some weird dream I had. Like, I don't know, it just seems really bizarre that there would be an episode where Gordon and Henry swap tenders.
Helping his friend. And if an engine is in trouble, Gordon will be there to help. That's why it feels good to be Gordon.
Okay, now, this one is kind of set up like a documentary. And it's definitely kind of insightful, explaining, well, not the backstory of Gordon, but the history of Gordon in the hit era. And it does it pretty well, explaining a bit of, like, Gordon's character arc, actually. So it is actually kind of cool.
Toby's shed is old, so Sir Topham Hatt is building him a brand new one.
So did Toby just have that old shed for, like, 8 whole seasons, just with zero care, zero nothing?
But the shed still needs a roof and a door.
I think it got destroyed in Calling All Engines, maybe. I don't actually remember. Been a long time since I've seen that darn movie.
The workmen have delivered 3 new roofs, but only one of them is right for...
Okay, this is gonna be one of the stupid ones, okay. I guess we can't have too much good mini documentaries about the engines that are kind of insightful.
Toby's new shed. Which do you think it is?
That one. It's gotta be that.
The
Here
first
we go.
roof
The
is
first
tall
one
and
is
pointed.
real pointed. You see that one?
Does that look right?
No, silly, it doesn't. Yada,
No,
yada, yada.
that roof has
Y'all
a
kids are
spire.
stupid.
It goes on a church, not on a shed.
Let me guess, that's like a...
What about
Kinda
this
looks like
one?
It would belong in like a...
This roof has
dairy factory, I
round
don't
turrets
know.
made of bricks.
And this
Does that
one,
look
this
right?
That doesn't go on it either.
No,
it doesn't.
that
Why
roof
would
has
it?
turrets.
Doesn't.
Turrets go on a castle, not a shed.
Ooh,
One roof
must
is
be
left.
That one. It must be
It's
that
got
one.
sloping
It looks
sides,
similar.
and it's
It
made
must
of
be
wood.
That one.
Does that look right?
Yeah, it does. It looks
Yes.
very much correct.
That's the right
yeah.
roof for Toby's new shed. Now Toby's shed has a roof,
Yay.
but it
Yippee.
still needs a door.
So stupid.
The workmen have brought 3 new
Oh my
doors,
God. We're still...
but only one of them is
Still at it.
right. Which one do you think it
It's
is?
that one. It's that one. Come on.
The first door is arch-shaped with a big handle. Does that look right?
That doesn't fit those.
No,
You know,
that's the door to it.
I don't even want to watch the rest of it. This is just too. This is too painful to sift through. It's this one. There.
Right.
It's that one.
Yes, that's the right door for Toby's new shed.
It really is.
Now Toby's shed has a new roof and a new door.
Great.
Toby is very happy. Good night, Toby.
For like this is what I was talking about. Like some of these really do be treating the audience like they are idiots. The learning segments received criticism by many for being very babyfied, as I've mentioned, and treating the audience of kids like they are idiots. Now, I feel like if they did more stuff like the documentary style, like what we saw of Gordon earlier, and less of, this circle, does this go on Tin Sheds? No, it doesn't, silly. It does not. Like, if they did less of that and more creative, smart stuff, that didn't feel like it's really dumbed down, the learning segments would be, for the most part, tolerable. And I think that was the overall issue of the learning segments. They were trying too hard to be very baby-like and not really be intelligent. And honestly, they didn't need to have the learning segments at all. They could just have some other show do that if Hit Entertainments or whoever really wanted learning segments in a show. I mean, Fireman Sam. They could have done that. They could have had Sam teaching fire safety. I mean, they kind of do that in the show. But, like, you know, just have Sam very obviously just being like, remember, kids, the fire should be put out because that makes you a good firefighter. You know, stuff like that. It didn't have to be Thomas doing all of this learning, educational stuff. There are probably other shows, even Postman Pat, which I don't know if it ever had anything to do with that. But it is a British stop-motion series, so they gotta be related in some way, I guess. That was probably really stupid of me to say that. But, you know, they could have had some other show do all this learning junk. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have for this video. More videos will be coming throughout the next few months. I hope to release a lot of fairly interesting videos for, I mean, hypothetically the next decade, which is probably how long I'll be on YouTube for, another decade at most. But I'll get to that in some other video. But, you know, for 2024, 2025, 2026, I plan to make some decently cool videos, and I hope you all will enjoy them. I will see you in the next one of these decently cool videos, if you want to say that. Rust out.